There are many ways to get stronger, and a very simple one is to choose just a few staple exercises that you keep coming back to and focus on progressing these key lifts year on year. People understand this with compound exercises like squats, push ups, and pull ups, planning their training about steadily adding weight to these every year. But for some reason, with the abs, folks tend to get a bit confused. We commonly see ab circuit training with 5 or more exercises switching every single minute. People really lean into the feeling of the burn, but they don't track anything tangible like sets or weight over the long term. Now, it's true that one exercise is not going to maximally recruit every single muscle of the core. There's no single exercise that's optimal for the rectus abdominis, the transverse abdominis, the obliques, the serratus anterior, and the hip flexors. So if you're dead set on having the most chiseled core possible, then yeah, a bit of variety is a really good approach. But on the other hand, the basics are the basics for a reason. In my opinion, I have a decently developed upper back across the various muscles. And did I get that by doing an upper traps exercise, a mid traps exercise, a rhomboids exercise, a rear delt exercise, a teres major exercise? No. That's too complicated for my caveman brain. Like millions of people before me, I've just done thousands and thousands of repetitions of pull ups and row variations. If you commit to really trying to improve over the long term, then the basics can get you very, very far without needing to overcomplicate things. So my staple ab exercise is the hanging knee raise. It works the whole anterior chain through a decent range of motion, and you can load it quite easily using dumbbells held between the knees. Even better, use an adjustable dumbbell for maximum micro-loading options. As an added bonus, it's going to work your grip, your scapular strength, and give you extra practice hanging and deloading the spine from the rest of the training you're doing. My personal best on these is a 25 kilogram dumbbell for 11 reps. I'm sure some of you watching will be able to do more, and I'll bet that you have some very impressive abdominals to show for it. Of course, we're all on different levels and different stages of our journey, but that's just to say that there's limitless room for progression here. So I can come back to this lift year on year and see that my training is working. A simple way you can program this is twice a week. In one session, you focus on increasing total reps, and the other session, you focus on steadily adding weight. So Monday, you could do these unweighted for as many reps as you can complete across 3 sets. If you eventually manage to get 3 sets of 25, congratulations, you're an absolute beast, and you can start adding weight. Then Thursday, you could do 2 to 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps with as much weight as you can handle, progressing the weight each time you do all sets for 8 reps. I personally like to pair these with a lower body exercise like squats or Zercher deadlifts. It complements those well and it won't tire you out too much for those heavier, more fatiguing lifts. But you do you, throw it into your routine wherever it works. This will build top end strength and muscular endurance, which should transfer to your sports and daily activities pretty well, and your muscles will just have no choice but to grow. Of course, you don't need to limit yourself to just one exercise for the core, and if you have the time, energy, and brain space for other exercises, then by all means. But keeping a staple exercise in your exercise rotation at least a few times a year will make sure that you're making undeniable long-term progress. And that's what we're all here for, isn't it? So give it a go and let me know how it works for you. Thanks so much for watching. It would really help me if you liked this video and comment with a question or a suggestion for a future video topic. I'll see you in the next one. Let's get strong for life together.